Captain, good to see you. So what did you learn?
Strange things. Scott Seeker was, apparently, much more respected back in the day. He even managed to convince the Army at one point that he could heal and trigger mutation. The idea of triggering mutations apparently really got some interest, and the Army launched a new division and put him in charge. Even brought him a few mutants to run tests on, one of which was his son. Obviously never went anywhere. Nobody got healed. The program was shut down, and the mutants, including his son, were terminated. So sad. Almost makes you want to look at the old man differently.
Yeah, sure does. Thank you, Captain.
Truly heartbreaking. Scott thought he could defeat nature. Even when his intentions were good, his son paid the price.
He did his best to save him and still lost everything. He didn't even know there was a place where mutants lived free.
If he tried working towards acceptance rather than playing dice...
Here we come.
Someone sounds excited.
Well, duh, the landscape's drop-dead gorgeous. As for the city, integrating with the valley's natural overhangs and alcoves to avoid using a metal dome, you're a genius. Makes me worry about getting fried. And we'll always be strangers there.
For now, most mutants don't have an innate hatred for humans. We just need to give them time to heal.
Still, we'll never be able to walk a mile in their shoes. And for that, we'll always be outsiders. I ain't mad, though. If I were them, it'd be my personal mission to fuck up every single humanoid who said good day to me.
Right now, we must focus on uniting our nation. I understand you find it difficult to feel at home, but know that you are a friend, and that as long as I live here, you will be welcome. And when our people are finally free, I know many of my brothers and sisters will welcome you too.
Don't stress out about the roof. You won't be instantly mutated. I have heard tales. But yeah, what a beautiful place. Natural, organic, how refreshing. Humans should take notes.
This city makes me sad.
You're not gonna cry, are ya? I just had these seats cleaned.
I mean, I think I would have liked to, know before of its success. It's all right. Sad is too grandiose. Wistful, yes, wistful. By Jove, I've done it.
Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the Dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
We would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies could help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
It's a good idea, but we can't influence entire populations by ourselves. We'd need allies hidden among the people.
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say Hail to the Shadow 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup, but I like it. After all, the trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that can pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved Colonel, a pimp? To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
If Anton's letting it happen on his territory, there's probably some kickbacks in it for him. So, since he's not gonna help us, we need to gather first-hand intel ourselves. I could start asking former prostitutes, but back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
It's not ideal, but I have no way of finding out what dirt the ASC has on that man. We'll have to go without his support, and hope we can get enough voters elsewhere.
All these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But
this is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
no, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Rumor is Aurora's dowser was deposed. I need to know it's more than rumor, though. If it's true, we might be able to convince some members of the Assembly that Victor needs to go.
Even though I don't like the idea of continuing the conflict between Abundance and Aurora that has caused so much suffering, if it's what needs to be done to dethrone Victor, I have a few contacts among Aurora's Technomancers. They're not quite brothers, but they're at least like cousins, and I've heard their messengers nearly always follow one particular shadow path. Let me show you. This one here. If you go, you may be able to stop one of their couriers. If the news you're expecting is as important as you say, I'm sure it will be in the documents they are carrying.
Thanks, Melvin.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of patients.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor. But we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands. Can't do this. I think we got everything you need. You able to fix the pump now?
Yeah, I got this shit on lockdown. Give me the parts. Shouldn't take long.
Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I got your well taken care of. No more creature, and it runs like new.
A man of your word. Take this, for your time and help. And if you have more time to help us. A serious matter has come to my attention. Our observers in Ophir report that a mutant group there now faces execution. Punishment for refusing to complete their tasks.
Probably fixing the city shutters. Aurora's attacks blew a hole in Ophir's roof, considering how important it is to get it fixed.
Humans hurt other humans and mutants face death. Yes, well, they are being held apart from the rest. They must be saved, Zachariah.
I'll do what I can. Can't guarantee anything, though.
Your best is better than our nothing. My brothers in Ophir have suffered enough.
I heard you escaped. How'd you do it?
Through a very sad and beautiful story. Sad because of the lives such success cost. Beautiful for the outcome it created. Are you aware of the conditions of the prisoner camps? Factories of pain and sadness. Mutants are harassed by fellow inmates and guards alike. Beaten, mistreated, forced to work. Many died from exhaustion or untreated wounds. One day, one of my people had fallen from exhaustion. I tried to stop a guard from hitting him. Understand, I am not violent, but their violence had to stop, so I struck the guard, and after that, events escalated. Rioting soon had become the only solution. We never had the thought of running away, only the need to show we would not live in those conditions anymore. A man, another prisoner, gave us aid.
You remember his name?
Yes, Roy Temperance. He had a boy. Innocence, I believe. They gave us tools to defend ourselves, but the key to our escape came with the death of the camp's administrator.
A soldier?
A Technomancer, placed there by his superiors for disobeying orders, from what I understood. No one dared look him in the eyes. His name was, if I recall correctly, Sean Mancer. Did you know him?
Yeah, I knew Sean. He was my master. He was growing tired of the path Abundance was taking, and he probably said it one too many times, to one too many people.
I am sorry, Zachariah. Even if his death made way for our escape, I can feel your pain.
Good news. I have enough water for my plants again.
Yes, all thanks to Phobos.
Square one.
Damn, that's weird. But I thought the dome was in ruins. So then, where'd they put that old geezer?
There should be a few standing structures next to the ones that collapsed, unless they've already started clearing the rubble.
That sounds like bad news.
It would be. There were secrets in those ruins. I would rather have stayed buried, especially from the ASC.
That's the problem with secrets. All that time spent worrying about someone finding out. It's a burden that turns into a habit, that turns into obsession. I know you're just as scared about what's in the dome as what patience might reveal. I just hope the old man's still holding on. He's as stubborn as an unfed ostrich. But I don't know if it'll be enough in the hands of the ASC.
Poor Patience. He thought he was finally safe in Noctis. Instead, we threw him straight back into Victor's arms.
What do you mean? We saved him from that camp.
It's just, we must have attracted the attention of Victor's spies when we asked Dandolo to keep an eye on him. He was supposed to be just another nobody in Noctis, but our request ended up selling him out.
These thugs, more like cavemen with bigger sticks, don't understand respect, science, age, or knowledge. Any problem they can't solve, they'll use torture. What's 2 plus 2? I don't know. Let's torture the mathematician and find out. Ugly brutes. If they take power in abundance, they'll turn it into a Darwinistic jungle. A whole group of psychopaths, wanting to take control of everything through mindless violence.
Sounds like this story hits close to home.
It's true. I understand what that poor Technomancer must be going through. The pain. So, I hope we find him soon.
We'll have to be careful. The place must be teeming with troops. And as much as I believe in the honest run and gun, if they hold Patience hostage, our rescue plans might have to be a bit more sophisticated.
You're right.
The ASC decided to have a peek through your things. Aren't you worried about what they found?
Fortunately, most of the important documents are written in a language known to a select few. While there were things of value, I didn't want the knowledge to fall into the wrong hands. Kind of a good thing the giant mantis destroyed everything. If it hadn't, Victor would have made this dome his personal study.
Patience! Wake up! Patience, come on! Damn it, they almost killed him.
Stop! Let me go. I won't tell you it... Zach, holy shit, is it really you?
What the hell happened to you?
I was on the way back to my place. There was someone behind me, and before I could turn, he was on me. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a cell. They tortured me for days. Wanted me to talk, wanted me to tell them everything I knew about you. Where you were, what you were doing, what we found.
You figure out what the tablet said?
Unfortunately. If I hadn't, then I wouldn't have been able to tell them anything, but I just finished when they found me.
What did you tell him?
At the beginning I fought, Zach. I did. I fought. Didn't say a damn thing. Then Victor came. And the shit he did to me, Zach, you have no idea. I didn't tell him everything. I didn't, but I had to tell him something. Or I told him what I found in the tablet. Everything. I'm so sorry.
Stop. It's fine. You did what you could. Everyone's got a breaking point. What did it say?
It talked about a giant research base that was able to keep in contact with Earth. They had a beacon, and gave the base's coordinates. I mean, the coordinates weren't up to date anymore, so I had to recalculate them, but it's in the South Pole, Zach. It's protected by a huge layer of ice.
If you can walk, we need to get out of here.
I can. Let me try. Just let me rest a minute. Just a minute.
All right, let's untie you and get you out of here.
Must find the City of Ice before they do, Zachariah. If Victor finds the beacon, he could use it to gain the people's trust. Furthermore, if he finds the secrets buried there...
He's got a head start, but we'll catch him.
Aye, aye, Zach. If it's really the City of Ice.
What?
I'll have to make some mods. It'll be tougher than you think. Also, wear an extra layer or two if you don't want to freeze your nuts off.
Big Ice City. That reminds me of...
A tangent that'll lead to another tangent?
No, Yes, that was it.
As long as Victor has the Assembly's blessing and the full support of the ASC, it'll be pointless to look for that city. With his huge resource advantage, he'd beat us there every time.
What do you think we'll find in that lost city? You know, besides the beacon. I suspect the settlers brought back plants and animals from Earth, and probably left some in that base. And if just a few survive, we could find an ecosystem unlike any on Mars, completely sheltered by the ice.
Why should we go to this city instead of just overthrowing Victor? What are you planning?
I'm looking for a beacon. I want to get in touch with Earth, but not so I can run from the ASC. It's so I can reunite with our ancestors. Gain back everything we've lost. With the people of Earth, we can stop the wars over water. We can utilize the technology we lost. We can understand the choices they made.
That sounds perfect. Too perfect. I hope what we find doesn't disappoint you.
Meet Patience. We just broke him out of one of the ASC's jails. He could use a place to recover.
Then he is welcome to recover here. Our healers, Patience, will be honored to tend to your wounds.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. All this reminds me of an old hiding spot I had in the desert. Thank you again, both of you.
This is real nice and all, but I don't know about all this.
About what?
I'm guessing you're gonna want to go to that city, right? Right. Problem is, that city's coordinates, according to what Patience said, is the South Pole. Rover's good, but it ain't that good.
Any way to make it that good?
I don't know. Gotta think about it. I mean, it'd need some sort of ice-breaking blade in the front and insulation around the whole thing.
If I know you, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I like your faith in me, but... Problem is, I don't have a damn clue how to add all that heavy shit to the rover's frame without slowing it down like fucking crazy. My dad would have known what to do. Not my dad, though. I knew he'd made improvements to his machines, but I don't remember seeing any diagrams. Though they could be somewhere in the shed. I don't know. Maybe Scott could help us?
We can ask, I guess, then head to the shed with him. See what we find.
Gonna be damn fucking cold out there, Zach.
Maybe we should go borrow some gear from Victor. He's known the site's coordinates a lot longer than we have. Sure, he's built some cold weather equipment already.
I like the way you think, Zach.
Hoping to find there, Amelia?
I don't know, debris? Tracks? Just something to help me understand how a top reacher like my dad could get lost on Eos Chasma, one of the easiest fucking roads on the planet.
My guess? He got into an accident. Something he couldn't avoid. It's happened to us, after all.
Maybe. I just want to find out. That's all I'm asking.
I don't... I fear I may be getting sick.
Sorry, Scott. I understand that looking for the remains of your best friend is probably painful, but Amelia deserves answers.
Sometimes the past just gives us answers we were afraid to know. I just hope that won't be the case this time.
Even if we find the rover wreck, it'd be easy pickings for a passing scavenger or thief. So there might not be much left.
The fuck you say that for?
Sorry, I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
Whoa, Amelia, ease up. I know you want answers, but it's probably best not to crash while looking for a crash site.
You kidding me? Wonder what you'd say if we actually went fast.
I guess everyone's version of moderate is different.
Your father's rover. Do you believe you'll be able to find clues explaining what happened?
And that's what I'm hoping. Most of the rover's still intact, so if we're lucky. Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks.
Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. Looks like we found a tablet. And it still works.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. It doesn't really matter now, I guess. Of my own peace, I just need to... So many things I wish I could tell you. My last thoughts and breaths are filled with regrets. I can't even blame you for sabotaging my rover. I was supposed to be your friend. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt and fear you were going through. But all I can bring myself to care about is making you stop obsessing about your son. Make you go back to being your old self for my own benefit. To have my old friend back. It was selfish. I was selfish. Even from the outset. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. And in the end, my own obsession with that goal led me to take away your son so you would stop. I wanted to take him so far away that you'd have no recourse but to give up hope. But you figured me out. You stopped me, and now I'm paying for it. I'm so thirsty. The rover is becoming unbearably hot. Unbearably hot. Forgive me, my friend, as I forgive you. Tell my daughter I'm sorry for not being courageous enough to keep her by my side. I should have fought for her. Stopped her from being taken away from me. Between the two of us, you were always the better father. Good to your boy. And here I am. Sid, never mind. Farewell, Scott. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
I can't even... He was here the whole time? Not even that far from Ophir. If I ever find out who sabotaged his rover, who's responsible for him dying? You find something?
Yeah, I found this. There's a message on it, Amelia. One you're not going to be happy to hear.
Whatever it is, it's better than not knowing the truth. Give it.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. Regrets. I can't even blame you for sabotaging. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. So far away, and in the end, that you tell my daughter I'm sorry for not being courageous enough to keep her by my side. So I should have fought for the rover. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
the hell, Scott? Where is he? I found my father's rover and a tablet he left. You're a fucking murderer. And to think I called you a friend all these years.
What are you... What tablet? What...
You're gonna pay for his death. I promise I'm gonna make you pay!
Amelia, stop. You heard what the captain said. Scott launched an entire military program just to save his son. He did everything he could to help him, and it was all in vain. What he did to your dad? It was awful. But he was just doing whatever he could to save... Look at him. He's paid enough already.
I don't give a shit! I barely knew my dad because of him! You fucking pathetic old piece of shit! Get the fuck out! Just get out! Get out before I change my mind! Signal station, and I'll stop your train dead in its tracks.
Good thing they don't have a rover.
Got that right. Aurora might have won the war and be overflowing with Technomancers, but they don't have decent fucking vehicles.
You a messenger?
Look, I can't tell you anything. Please, if I can't. The information I have is...
I know, but you're gonna have to comply. Train stopped. I'm gonna need your tablet and all the information that you can provide me about your dowser.
What? I would never jeopardize Aurora.
Either way, you're gonna give me what I want. You can give it to me, or I can pry it from your cold, dead hands.
I would rather die a loyalist than live as a traitor.
You a messenger?
I
know.
What?
Not the answer.
From my observances, it appears Aurora is undergoing quite a metamorphosis these days.
You think there's a way to take advantage of it?
The chaos could allow for some more escapes, perhaps rebellions, perhaps scum could. Some of our people are very devout. I always thought it strange, because religion is used to justify it.
Zach, I can't stop thinking about everything we heard from that dirtbag. Keep hoping it's all just a terrible lie, but if you wanted... There's something that doesn't make sense in this story. I can't come to terms with the idea that he told us the truth, but I'm also struggling to understand why he would have deported our little clique to martyrdom. We were nothing to him. I was told Gloria came to Noctis not long ago. I need to see her again, to confront her about this story, hear what she has to tell me. I could go alone, but it'd mean a lot to me if you came along.
I'm gonna come with you. I also want to find out what this is all about.
Thank you, Zach. That means a lot to me.
Oh, things are gonna heat up. I can feel it. Gloria better have a good excuse, otherwise she's gonna get fucked up.
Stop it, Amelia. I can't even confirm if what was said was true. I need an explanation, not a fight.
You can't blame me. Every time I see you get pissed, let me tell you, I'm glad it ain't me. The temper's on a hair trigger, you know?
Isn't it about time we change the subject? My trigger discipline isn't so good today.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
I heard some mutants escaped from a prisoner camp. You hear anything about that?
Hasn't everyone?
Not in Ophir, where the news never went public, no. It was only a rumor there. What do you know?
I know if Ophir's men hear of it, it will cause trouble for us. For those among us who are still slaves there.
It could also give your brothers back there some hope again.
And to show them that we are able to rebel and escape? Yes, hope. So I will tell you, for my people, life in camp was hard, to say it lightly. Hard labor during the days, brutality during the nights. The prisoners would take out their frustration of being locked up out on them. The guards and prisoners alike battered them with their frustrations. Then, one day, one of ours struck a guard who was trying to stop him from going to the aid of a brother. After he fled, the guards then stated that if he did not come out, they would execute 10 random mutants. That was the moment the rebellion began. A prisoner from Aurora helped my brothers. With tools, they incited riot. Blood flowed. Many died. Some escaped. But at the start, few thought to flee. At the beginning, they wanted only better lives where they were. It became obvious, though, the repression that would come would be worse than ever. That the only chance for life was somewhere else. Scum, the mutant who struck the guard, led them to freedom. They escaped without even being chased. The story came directly from Scum. A great speaker. A great hero.
Thanks for the information.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Not much news in Ophir about Aurora defeating Abundance. You heard anything?
Word is that Green Hope's defeat brought an end to the fighting. Aurora apparently took control of the hydroponics center using militia alongside Technomancers to support their army. And at first, Wisdom showed himself a worthy military strategist, using the militia in battle. Such people, properly motivated, can be surprisingly effective. You'd have to bear witness to the poorer classes of Aurora to fully grasp how badly they were mistreated, to fully grasp how much the mere promise of a place in the council would motivate them to fight, to fully grasp how it helped to deliver quite a blow to abundance. And while Aurora adopted new strategies, abundance remained predictable. They had almost no Technomancers, since it's becoming harder to find them in Ophir with each passing day. An interesting development, yes? And one that wiped out their army.
Yeah, thanks for the info.
Gloria, you are... Oh no.
Nisha, don't stay here. You shouldn't.
Zach, I'm not a child. Let me listen. I have to know. I have to... Nisha, I heard that you had left Ophir, that you come back here often now. I know that I won't be able to see you and tell you all this in person. I don't have the courage for it. So I hope that someone will give you this message, that you will listen to this and that you will forgive me. I did something awful, something that haunts me every day, every instant, something with which I cannot live today. You have always been strong, so much more brilliant, prettier. And me, I was in your shadow, and I felt that I was suffocating. So I went to see a man, a thief. I knew that he could plant false evidence and that he turned in people to the ASC. I said that you knew some things about their trafficking, that you were dangerous to them, and it worked. Too well, because they came to arrest our whole group. And during all those years spent with you in the camp, I knew that we were here because of me. When I saw how they were torturing you, when Nick died, I also wanted to die, but they refused. Today, I still carry the weight of my mistake and I can't bear it anymore. So farewell, Nisha. Farewell and forgive me. Your sister, Gloria.
I'm sorry, Nisha. Come on, let's go. I'll take care of the funeral. Don't worry.
Shit's all sorts of fucked up. Sorry, Nisha.
Yeah. Thanks, Amelia.
Welcome, welcome. What's...
I'm looking to buy some ASC uniforms.
Not an easy thing to come by, but if you're willing to pay high enough.
Can't buy as many as I wanted, but I'll use this for now.
Pleasure doing business. Enjoy it.
I'm looking to buy some ASC uniforms.
Not an easy thing to come by. Pleasure doing business. Enjoy your purchase.
Hi.
Hi there. How can I help you?
I was told the Colonel was using girls.
Then you were told the truth. Though saying exploited rather than used would be more accurate. He puts them with guys he wants information from, who they blackmail. They need to do everything and anything the guys want them to do, too. Real bad things a lot of times. Real.
If you have any evidence, it'd help me bring Victor to his knees.
Yes, well, the girls had a pimp who'd collect all the info for his boss on a tablet. Write down all Victor's orders. Kinda stupid if you ask me, but most thugs are. So, in case you're not catching on, you steal that tablet, you'll have all the evidence you'll need. The pimp used to dabble in the exchange. Be careful if you're gonna poke around in there. It was well guarded, if I remember right.
Thanks.
A colonel hand in hand with a pimp? I'd laugh if it weren't such a tragedy for these poor girls. Here's hoping that the tablet provides all the evidence we need.
The man hungers for control and spies on everyone with an all-seeing eye. Makes me wonder what pushed him. This scheme is far too risky. You're a robber, right?
Don't like that word. Don't consider myself that. I recover things people leave behind in the desert. I take nothing from nobody. Got cool things, though. Collect it, repair it, trade it.
When you say people who left stuff in the desert, you talking about settlers?
Sure. Yeah, in part. Found some settler items in the ruins, but my stock has interesting things from all over. Shadow paths, and even places pretty much in the middle of nowhere. I even found an old rover. Out of commission and in bad shape, yeah? But there was some cool parts I salvaged. The driver was dead, so I figured I could make better use of it than him.
I see. Do you have any relics?
Things from the old settlers? Yeah, a few. 3 in very good condition. If you want them, I'd happily trade for some serum. Lately, I've been running low.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
I need your help. I'm trying to compel some assembly members to withdraw their support for Victor.
You have my attention.
There's a fraction of religious assembly members that would be appalled to learn Victor keeps certain relics for personal use. And if they did, it's all but certain that they would drop their endorsements and exile him.
And how exactly do you plan to prove that?
Oh, just by making Victor's relic collecting a little more visible to the public eye. Imagine a few ASC agents carrying relics, along with orders stipulating that they bring these objects to the Colonel. They're chugging along until they bump into a group of concerned citizens who insist they bring the relics back to the proper authorities.
Ah, so I guess you'll play a concerned citizen while my men dress up as ASC agents. They won't be flattered, but if you provide the costumes, they'll take care of the rest. I am pleased to know that my use of disguises inspired you. Perhaps we'll own a theater together someday. Anyway, you can count on me.
Mr. Mancer, I was sent by an important citizen. He's in need of your help and promises great support in return. He is waiting at the curiosities for you.
I'm guessing you're not gonna give me this important citizen's name.
No, just, he says he already owes you his life. I need to go. Can't risk people seeing us together. Goodbye.
Captain, good to see you. You hear the rumor about Aurora's dowser?
Dismissed? Of course. We have a general who's dying to hear if it's true. It would open a door to recover what was taken from us.
Tell your general he can stop dying then. I took a tablet from an Aurora messenger. Confirmed everything.
Where Victor failed, you succeeded. And it is exactly what our military commanders will think. Colonel's going to have trouble keeping support in the Assembly with that out there. Well done, Lieutenant.
Colonel's gonna find himself in some deep shit soon. You see all those names? Fucking disgusting old men acting like spotless politicians while they do all that sick shit to poor young girls? They're all coming down. Hopefully whoever you gave this to is gonna spread the word. Not traded back into the shadows for some serum. A lot of people are gonna be in big trouble over this. Hell, if I were you, I'd give it right to your captain. You know she'd do the right thing. I feel like an idiot. I feel like any jackass with 2 eyes is gonna know we're frauds.
Relax. No one besides Victor's gonna find out what's going on. I promise you.
Do you believe a tale about Aurora's dowser?
What? That he was killed? It's all BS, yes. There was... Traitor! Get him!
Holy shit. Feels like it's been forever since I was back in my shed. Good to be home. Now, where do we start our search?
No idea. Was hoping you'd point the way.
I hope I'll be able to help you find what you're looking for. But if I were you, I wouldn't expect too much from my memories. They're rather vague. It's been so long.
Give yourself some credit, Scott. We'll find something useful.
If you say so, ask away.
Ditto.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. Your old friend Mark apparently made drawings that diagrammed how he improved his rover. They gotta be around here somewhere. He ever talked to you about them?
No, I don't believe him. That was some time ago, though. But I do recall his rover undergoing massive changes at some point. Vaguely, like a fuzzy, hazy dream.
Do you remember where he'd put his tools and drawings?
Mark was private and protective of his stuff. Didn't like people nosing around. And since he always had people visiting his shed, he would take things, tools and things, into his bedroom when they came. I always found it curious why someone would want to sleep with a screwdriver, but to each his own.
Right. Well, maybe they're still in there. Where did he used to put his valuables?
Oh, Zachariah, I'm not sure he had valuables. At least not in financial terms. Valuable with memories, perhaps? Those things he put in a locker, I believe, if I recall correctly.
You ever look inside that locker, Amelia?
No, No. It had a big lock with a code on it. Never knew how to get in, and after a while, I just forgot about it. Also felt like going through his stuff was kind of acknowledging he was never coming back.
Maybe I can break it open. I'll head back and check the shed. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and find something.
Well, yes, it is a very large shed. I'm sure you will find something, even if it's not something you're looking for.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. Amelia, there was a map of the shed with his tools.
Weird. It's not even close to the same shape. Like it was bigger back then. Don't remember any construction being done on it, though. Always just remember it how it is now.
Perhaps, and I am just, might Mark not have built a secret room in a corner of the shed? One in which he might have hid some more sensitive work, or maybe a favorite food. Though I don't remember him having a favorite food or anything, actually.
That's where your mind goes? A secret room for secret food? Now you've officially fucking lost it.
When all likely things are ruled out, the only other options are the unlikely. Got nothing to lose by at least poking around to see. Who knows? May even find this secret room. I know you didn't know him that well, and it was a real long time ago, but if you could remember anything...
I'm trying, Zach. I'm doing my best.
You see the old map I found? You sure you don't know a way into that secret room?
Doesn't look familiar. Feels like the only way I've ever known the shed is the way it is now.
You see the old map I found? You sure you don't know a way into that secret room?
Doesn't look familiar.
What about a lucky number? Did he have one?
I don't... If he did, I never knew. Or sure as shit don't remember now.
Maybe he used you, or your mom's birthdays, or their anniversary, or something like...
You really think I didn't already try all those? Seriously? Give me a little credit.
What else was important to your dad, other than his family?
He was a reacher, so traveling in his rover. I remember that rover. Remember one time we wrote this little mantra he had on the dashboard.
What was it?
I don't know, it was so... something about time and exploration. Something about every soul being too short to explore all of Mars, but how each soul still brings a new discovery. Or something like that.
Well, a soul's a Martian day. That's 24 hours, 39 minutes, 35 seconds. Worth a try? Alright, I'm gonna start combing the place. Maybe we'll find something.
Lead the way.
Worked. Locker's open. Just needed to enter the duration of a soul. All for a single key. Not a damn clue what it even goes to. I know you didn't know him that well, and it was a real long time ago, but if you could remember anything...
I'm trying, Zach. I'm doing my best.
I found this key. Any idea what it could open?
Nah, never needed a key like that in here. No idea what it would open. Already opened the shed safes.
You find any locks you couldn't open? Couldn't find a key for?
Nah, but let me see the key. Yeah, no, never seen this before.
But what the hell's this drawing on it? Fuck, him and his little drawings. Looks like the same one that was on his wall, though, doesn't it?
Let's go take a look. If it is, it's probably not a coincidence. I know you didn't know him that well, and it was a real...
I'm trying.
I found this key.
Nah, never needed.
You find any locks you couldn't open?
Nah, but let me see the key. Yeah, no, never seen this before. But what the hell's this drawing on it? Fuck, him and his little drawings. Looks like the same one that was on his wall, though.
Let's go take a look. If it is, it's probably not a... Scott, I'm gonna need you to dig deep inside that mind of yours for a memory.
Guy, my mind is a complicated place, Zachariah. A hodgepodge of mazes of information and caskets of broken memories, fragments, and...
You ever seen this key? Know what it goes to?
Nah, no idea. It's a key, Zach. They all look alike.
Yeah, but this one has a drawing on it and was hidden in his locker. So it's probably important.
Mark have any quirks, obsessions, or anything like that?
Yes, he had this incessant need to doodle, drawing little symbols and things all over, everywhere, as if it was uncontrollable, in fact. He drew so many, in so many places, that one day he actually drew it all over my office, over my desk. I mean, it wasn't a serious infraction, but...
Yeah, I found the doodle on his toolbox, and even on the key we found.
It was also on the wall of the shed. I thought it was funny as a kid. Never knew it was my dad who drew it, though.
If it's the same symbol that's on his key, maybe we should check it out. This isn't a good time to just hang around here. This isn't a good time to just hang around here. This isn't a good time to just hang around here. This drawing's hiding some sort of slot.
Maybe it's a lock?
Mark was quite the jester. He had the audacity, built a secret room in one of the army's sheds and hid a lock in one of his doodles. Oh, what a bold man. He was always the cooler one.
His notes are pretty detailed about this icebreaker. He even lists all the materials needed to build it. I should be able to find them. Oh, and there's a drawing of the whole rover here.
That's perfect! I can retrofit the front of my rover and just attach the icebreaker right to it.
That brings something to mind. Should we not perhaps insulate the machine as well, considering the horrifically low temperature conditions at the pole?
Yeah, probably why he added a special coating to the shell. Some kind of light, flexible plate, if I'm reading the notes right. Doesn't say the exact material he used, though. Says how he attached it, but not what it's made of.
It calls to mind the abandoned dome. All those boxes of insulation lying about. You remember? Perhaps we could... consideration at the least.
Yeah, that's... my dad's drawing. I could probably adapt him to the rover's frame. Why the hell were all those boxes there anyway?
It's where the people who worked in the city beneath the pole lived. To live in those conditions, you better have insulation. Or some damn thick skin.
Maybe. Though the city shouldn't have been under the pole back then. It was nearby, not underneath. All the damn turmoil must have really fucked with the ice's structure. Only thing that's important, though, is you bringing those boxes back to me so I can make my baby cold weather resistant. Who do you think he is? Popping up in a bar and throwing you a mission like he owns you? He's a powerful guy who's used to getting his way.
Your Honor, I wish I'd known. You sent me that message?
I need to talk to you. I've kept an eye on you since you saved me. I never believed the lies the Colonel's been spreading about you. I just, unfortunately, did not know how I could be of help. Victor is a power-hungry sociopath, driven by his personal goals, destroying abundance. I've known it for years, but could never do anything about it.
Why not?
4 years ago, my son disappeared, and soon after, I started receiving messages telling me that if I ever wanted to see him alive, I needed to make certain decisions in my court. I never knew for sure who was behind it, even if I had my suspicions. Only recently did it become clear. Every decision I was instructed to make cleared the way for Victor's rise to power. He's holding my son, making me his puppet. It has to stop. For my son, for abundance, do you hear me? I have seen your strength with my own eyes. Save my son, but I promise you will not from this day forward fight the ASC alone. With my influence in the Assembly, I could easily have you reinstated.
I just want Victor to fall. That's enough for me. Any idea where he might be holding your son?
I wish I did. I know the ASC has secret facilities. Some say they're in the underworks. I don't know. Hearsay, perhaps, but if true, maybe someone in the army or mutants who helped build them might know better.
I'll do my best, Your Honor. I promise. Hi.
Hello there, Mr. Mancer. Good to see you. So, what did you learn?
I was able to get some answers for you.
Great. I knew you would. Go on, what did you find?
Keep names out of this, be clear.
Of course. Our sources are always protected. Go on.
According to my source, the Army's reducing its troops by 50%, and the official reasons are the rising rates of desertion, the number of Technomancer arrests, and the shrinking size of the standing force during peacetime. But she says this doesn't explain everything, as many good officers and soldiers are being let go without reason, and replaced by members of the ASC. In fact, the fear is if the ASC attempted a coup today, the Army couldn't stand in the way, because there are too many ASC entrenched in its ranks.
That's terrifying. And it's news that'll hit the hearts of people in this city. All the people with soldiers and their families, soldiers who fought hard, now being fired only to make room for spies. What else did you find out?
I talked to an expert on corporation politics who had first-hand knowledge about Aurora and us.
And how'd he say Abundance lost?
Aurora's troops were led by a general named Wisdom, who used Technomancers, and apparently they've got a lot more than we do, especially recently.
So Abundance arrests and detains you and your brothers, our greatest weapons, and fall because of it. Guess that's karma.
But what's more, they rallied the common people, recruited local and national militias who were feverishly motivated by the promise of gaining a voice on Aurora's council. Aurora became the first corporation to empower its people to fight. So while Aurora brought everyone together for the war, strengthening their numbers, Abundance fought weakened, bleeding their ranks, arresting its own Technomancers. Our army, well-trained and well-equipped as it is, didn't stand a chance. We lacked the Technomancers to lead the charge and the motivation of Aurora's militias to persevere.
That's incredible. By giving power to the people, Aurora all but assured its victory. The power of unification is real. And the self-sabotaging nature of our government ruled by paranoia and fear cost us the war.
I also talked to a mutant who heard about the camp breakout and the mutant who led it.
Fantastic. And?
The mutants in that camp were living in hell, day in and day out. They'd finally just had enough. So one day, a guard was beating on a mutant too tired to work. As much as the others pleaded, the guard wouldn't stop. So another mutant stepped in and hit him back. The guards threatened to kill 10 mutants in retaliation. And that lit the fuse. With the help of a prisoner from Aurora, the mutants got their hands on some tools, and the riot started. They weren't trying to escape. They just wanted the abuse to stop. But the way the guards reacted made the mutants fear that it would only get worse. So they got out, led by a mutant named Scum. It's now a bit of a legend among them.
And where'd they go?
I can't tell you that.
Fair enough. You need to protect your sources, right? Another story that people need to hear. It's what happens when you mistreat beasts long enough. Eventually, they'll turn on you. Thanks for all the information. Once I write the articles and get them out there for people to read, I think the people are gonna have a wake-up call about how different the truth is from the propaganda their government's feeding them.
Hope it makes a difference.
You and me both. But real change has to start with the truth. Hold on. I've got one more thing to ask of you, if I could. One more thing to really make sure we can ignite some change.
And what's that?
We put our news on the city walls. The man who's been doing it for us lives in the exchange. Getting there, though, has honestly gotten too dangerous for us.
So you want me to be your delivery man?
A deliverer of truth. To those who have been starved of it, yes. If you would do that for us.
Yeah, I can do it for you. I'll see you later.
Their eyes are like hawks. We're gonna have to clear them out or it's gonna be near impossible to talk to the guys inside. There he is! Get him!
Are you the chief around here?
He is, yes. I am the chief of those who do not willingly bow to men. Do you wish to punish me?
No, I'm Zachariah Mancer. One of your people sent me. His name is Phobos. He asked me to help you run away.
I know that name. I feel like I'm dreaming. A human offering to help us? I won't say no, but I hope I don't wake up soon. I need explosives so we can blast our way into the underworld, but I cannot make any here. They would spot any contraband on me right away. If you can find explosives, we'll be able to make a hole big enough for us to escape through. And I need to warn some groups. You'll also need to give a rousing speech. Many of them are terrified of disobeying humans. But maybe they'll listen to you. Anyway, there's one last problem.
What?
We have a mole. There's a brother here who works for the humans. I haven't figured out who, but if we don't flush him out, our escape plan will have failed before it even began.
Any idea how to blow his cover?
Not sure, but if the human brings up our legendary icons, like Phobos or Scum, he might try to overdo it, and sing their praise to the moons.
Alright, I'll take care of it.
This is still so odd, but I thank you.
Hello?
What does the man want?
I just want to know more about Phobos and Scum, if you wouldn't mind talking.
He knows nothing of those names. Those names are not from the pen.
Alright. You don't want to get out of here, do you? Why?
He does. He wants... If we try to leave, we will be killed like dogs.
Believe it or not, a lot of you have gotten out of here, and are living freely now.
Some escaped. Many died. Better in chains than in a grave.
You heard of Mutant Valley?
They talk about it like it was paradise. Like a dream. A dream that may not be more than that.
It's as real as your scars. I've seen it. I've been there. Only mutants live there. Free and in peace. There's a crater covered in lichen. No guards, no whips, no forced work. Mutants that are happy. Don't you deserve that too? I know you're scared you'll get caught, and what'll happen to you if you do. But if you take the underwork, you'll reach the place the merchants keep their sand sails. They're your allies. They'll help you escape. I have a feeling you do know Phobos. You know how many times he's fled the city, helped others like you be free? And he's done it alone, which you won't have to do. You'll find help every step of the way. You'll be fine.
I can't stay here while my brothers escape. Tell the chief, I am ready to break free too.
Hi.
Hi. What can he do for the man?
He can tell me what he knows about Phobos and Scum.
He knows only they're mutant rebels, escaped with many mutants to create a mutant nation that is the enemy of Mother Abundance. Traitors who were hiding far from here. Somewhere he does not know.
Well, looks like we found our mole. Hey.
Hello, man. Can he help you?
If he can tell me about Scum and Phobos, maybe.
He has never heard those names.
If you're not a mole, why didn't you try to escape with the rest?
He is scared. He has seen brothers caught trying to do so. The brothers were beaten, and worse, there is no escape. There is only death.
I'll give explosives to your chief. When I give the order, he'll make a breach leading to the underwork. And by going that way, your people can slip into the canyon undetected. No patrols, no violence, and you can finally be free.
Explosives? We could smuggle that in then. Yes, we could. Yes, I'm beginning to believe. Maybe we can succeed. Count me in.
It is hard to believe they were more scared to leave than to remain. Power of endless punishment. The effects of broken will. Who knew, even with torture, that even the desire for freedom could be broken?
Well, hopefully they'll reach Mutant Valley and find a way to start again. Hey there.
Hello? What does the man want?
I'm Zachariah Mancer. I'm an ally of the Free Mutants, and I need some information.
She is listening, but is not sure she can help.
I know the ASC's got secret facilities somewhere in the city, probably in the slums. Probably use mutants to build them. I need to find them. You know where they are?
The man was lucky to find her. She worked to build the place. She knows the path under the source that leads straight to it. She can show it on a map.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be a big help. Hey there.
Hello? What does the man want?
I'm Zachariah Mancer. I'm an ally of the Free Mutants, and I need some information.
She is listening, but is not sure she can help.
What does the man want?
Quiet. Shut up. Scum sent me to free you and bring you to the Underworks. You should be able to get out from there.
Scum sent you? Yes. Thank you. They had stopped hoping they could ever escape. They will follow you wherever you lead. If they go that way, man, they will die. They must go to the Underworks, like Man said earlier.
Zach, I know I'm a lot to deal with. I got a shit-poor temper and I talk like a sewer, but I gotta say, no one's ever done anything for me. And you've gone out of your way to... I just never met a guy like you. Shit. It sucks being on the road with no privacy. If we did, it'd make you shoot more than a little electricity. That too forward? I'm no lady, Zach, but if you ever want to meet up without the others around...
Maybe not like a lady I've ever known, but I like you how you are. Sure. Next time we get a break, let's do it.
I'll pay a little visit to your room, then. Oh, the things I'm gonna do to you.
I'm gonna need some explosives to help the mutants escape through the underworks. You have any?
Good thing you asked the only girl on this planet who always carries a little nitro in her pocket for just such an occasion. I can make you some explosives, but not something I can do just anywhere. I could do it in my shed. Got reagents in there and enough room to work. It'll keep things safe, relatively speaking.
I'm gonna need some explosives to help.
Good thing you asked the only girl. I could do it in my
Here we go. Through this trapdoor, you'll reach the underworks, and from there, the canyons. The mutants and merchants will be more than happy to take you in, and bring you to Mutant Valley. Go on. You're free now. Greetings, Mr. Law. I know you're a religious man, and from one man of faith to another, I wanted to give you these relics, and this message.
Relics? Where did you recover these?
Some friends and I overheard several ASC soldiers. They were gonna deliver these relics to Victor for his personal use. We were outraged by their sins. So as they made their way to the Colonel, we stopped their blasphemy from going any further. We attacked them and recovered these relics.
How despicable! Colonel Victor must be corrected if he feels he could desecrate our relics. Anyway, you showed great bravery, young man. We need more heroes like you. The Shadow won't forget you. I am sure of it. I'll return the relics to the People's House right away. And like all of us, the Colonel will pay for his sins. I'll tell my friends. Victor will receive our support no longer!
Thank you, Mr. Law. I'm so glad I did the right thing. Hello? I brought back some articles to hang around your city.
Keep your voice down. Quiet. Tell our mutual friend that soon, these will be hanging on every other wall in the city.
How are you gonna make that happen?
I'll make stencils of the text, and then go around the city with volunteers and hit every wall we find. Soon, everyone in Ophir will know the truth.
Captain, good to see you. I recovered a tablet from a pimp working for Victor. It holds all the secrets his girls managed to get out of their clients.
And you have evidence Victor was involved?
With all those notes, he also wrote down every order Victor ever gave him. How much more incriminating could they be?
Give me that. I'll pass it up the chain. Victor's gonna have a hard time recovering from a scandal like this.
That's the hope, Captain.
Huzzah, my boy! I was informed just now. For lunch. What did I have for lunch? Something spicy?
Scott, out with it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I was told that an elder assembly member wanted to talk to you at the Curiosities about the people's discontent. Was it people's disco? Either way, he wanted your... My traitor! Get him! Hot water. You just need to make it boil.
Who are you? You're not a member of the ASC. What are you... How did you get in here?
You Simon Judge's son? Your father asked me to find you and bring you home.
Bullshit. My father abandoned me years ago, and now he comes to rescue me from the only people who have cared for me since? He never gave a damn about me. Can't you see I'm happy here? The ASC is my new family. Get out.
He didn't abandon you. The ASC kidnapped you, and have been using you to blackmail your father. He's been following their demands for the past 4 years, all to keep you safe. As soon as he learned about your whereabouts, he sent us to bring you home.
Why the hell should I believe you?
Because I'm telling you the truth. I know it doesn't make any sense right now, but the ASC's chief, Victor, had you kidnapped years ago to manipulate your dad. And your dad never knew who had you. Your dad only figured it out after he was asked to just openly support Victor's power grab. Once he knew, he sent us.
I don't... But where is he? If it's true, then where is my father?
Go to the Curiosities, a bar in the slums. Wait there and your dad'll meet you. If he's not there when you get there, just ask the bartender to hide you for a while. He's used to that kind of thing. Alright, let's go see the judge. Break the good news that his son's finally free of the fucking ASC.
what a nice jacket. I think I shall look quite chic in it. And look at that. You could even wear combat equipment beneath it without sacrificing comfort. Remarkable. Hope the judge will forgive the shape his son was in when we found him. Without proper care, such a wounded mind might well return to Victor on its own.
The judge will just be happy to have his son back in any condition that's breathing. We'll get him back on track.
Especially in the young.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes. Sorry we had to meet here. The source must have been difficult to get to. But I'm pleased to finally make your acquaintance.
Yeah, this isn't exactly homey. What can I do for you?
I've been informed about Colonel Victor's less wholesome activities and your role in revealing them. With the Assembly in uproar, my group is trying to pick a stance amidst the chaos.
Colonel Victor's scandals and his methods have shocked the members of the congregation and the common people. Continuing support of the Colonel is political suicide. The trust between the people and their leaders must be restored for the good of abundance.
You may be young, but you are wise. Victor is in a precarious position, and if his head is on a stake, his allies will join him. Better to jump ship before the crash. I, for one, have never approved of his methods, but the results have always been effective. The winds are changing, momentum is shifting, and we must show our objection to his brutality.
Corruption is rampant at every level of our corporation, but who can say no to serum?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Just a gift, to help us come to a mutual understanding.
Why the nerve? You deface the Colonel for it, and then follow up with your own performance. I find hypocrites more despicable than the honest villain. My vote is not for sale.
Look around you. Do you see the people? They're scared. Angry. Victor's incessant intrusion has violated the privacy of their lives, their relationships. They no longer feel free. All this whistleblowing has shattered our sense of community. No one trusts each other, and vendettas and misunderstandings alike send innocents to be imprisoned, tortured, or killed at the ASC's whim. Colonel Victor won't stop until he pushes the people of Abundance to flee or fight, to the brink of revolution.
You're painting a very dark picture here. What you're saying could happen, I agree. Victor's playing with fire, and the flames grow with each passing day. We could lose everybody. Our workers, our scientists, our soldiers. And they will be turned into our worst enemy.
Our army's ranks are spread thin and filled with the Colonel's lackeys. If he wanted to seize power, declare martial law, Abundance wouldn't have the strength to repel him. And his unjustified arrests of our master Technomancers forced them to flee, adding to our enemy's advantage in skilled forces. Many of our soldiers have deserted, some unwilling to participate in Victor's madness. Others turned mad by his combat drugs. We must stop Victor before it's too late.
Oh my. I did not realize Victor had taken things so far. This is grave news. You're right. We need to curtail the bleeding, so we can give our army a chance to rebuild.
I remember a time when Abundance was the crown jewel of Mars, the epitome of the best of doctors, technicians, scientists. But today, these bright minds are, oh, the horror, a travesty that Zachariah neglected to tell you about, the vilest scandal of all. My colleagues who don't run away are put away into re-education camps. Giant brainwashing centers. This spiteful man you call Colonel is persecuting our best.
Really? This is the first I've ever... If this is true, this is indeed a problem. Without our scientists, we'll soon lose our advantages over our rivals.
Listen, man. I'm the poster girl of abundance. This city, it's my home. So when I see what this piece of shit, human garbage Colonel Motherfucker has done to it, makes me pretty pissed off. We can't let this continue!
I think I now understand why we didn't include a caption with the photo. You are quite persuasive. You have convinced me. I will go and try to do the same to my peers. Of course, even with unanimous focus and direction, it will take months to regain the trust of our people and rebuild the strength of our army. But most urgently, we must remove the man who started it all. An extraordinary meeting will take place in a few hours, and I have no doubt that it will end with good news.
No mercy for traitors! Treacherous scum!
Two-faced bastard! Cut out his tongue!
Bumbling fool! Throw him in with the music!
Can I come in?
Come here.
I may not be the perfect girl, Zach, but I think we make a kick-ass team. And I want to stay together. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I love you.
We're together for the long haul, so you're stuck with me, kid. Amelia, I love you. Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I helped free your brothers.
Everybody? Did you save everybody?
Yeah, every one of them, safe and sound.
Oh, Zachariah, Zachariah, you are priceless. All the lives you have saved, all the good you've done, thank you. However, with my thanks, may I also ask another favor?
Of course.
Our growing nation is still trying to find itself. We can't continue to endure something that we feel is not true, but at the same time we have this yearning to look to the past to help explain our creation.
And you want me to help with that somehow? I'm not sure.
We are undertaking research in attempt to understand the ties that still bind us to the settlers.
Ah, and you want relics?
Yes, to understand our connection to the past. But not just any relics. I've heard of 2 particular relics that might enlighten us, that might point to mutation before the turmoil, and that could finally cement our understanding.
Not the kind of relics you find in a thief's inventory.
No, from what I've heard, one's in Ophir, the other Noctis.
All right, I can try to find them for you, but just trust me. More often than not, relics don't give you the answers you hope they will.